Good morning! Happy Vlogmas day 14! The time is currently 9:59, so basically 10 a.m. I am just exporting Vlogmas day 13 right now. I got a message from my manager and she was like, hey, I booked these days for LA, so I thought that we would book them together. I'm actually very excited. We are going back to LA for about 2 weeks. I am the kind of person, I exclusively fly with WestJet. I love WestJet. I actually find that they have the best flights to LA, and also flights to LA in January are super cheap. The original flight that I found, $226. Like round trip, which is so crazy for an international flight, like unbelievable. Although the days that Kaylee booked, because she's like an Air Canada girl and I'm not, so the days that she booked, I think I either have to leave 2 days earlier or come home 2 days later, and I'll have to leave a day earlier than her. Kaylee is notorious for staying longer in places. I actually don't think I've gone on one trip actually with Kaylee where she has not extended her trip. So I think what I might do is go 10 to the 27th because I have family in LA that I haven't seen in a while, so I could also spend those last couple days with them, which would be fine. And I love LA, so you know, why not? And the flight is 2/27. The thing is too is I also have a credit because I was supposed to go in November, so I think my flight is probably gonna be like $100, which is insane. One of my other friends too just like DM'd me. She was like, when is too early to go back to LA? Like she put up a story and I replied to it and I was like, I'm going back. And she was like, oh, me and my brother are looking at flying on the 10th. I was like, literally same. So I think we're gonna be on the same flight, which is going to be fun. You know what? I actually just kind of reconsidered. Maybe I will do the 10th to the 23rd so that I can kind of get my life together a little bit more in that last week. This is insane. Direct non-stop flight from LA to Edmonton in like an evening afternoon flight on a Sunday, $86.52. $86.52! That's literally insane. My flight was $0. Free trip to LA, baby! Except for not really free because I did already pay for it, but like it feels free because I'm actually spending less money. I'm spending less money to go on a round trip for 2 weeks than I paid for my one-way ticket. Insanity. Booked 11 to 23rd, baby! Okay, I just got off the phone with my friend's business partner to talk about getting a new vehicle. And I think I've talked about this before. I actually did talk about this on the road trip home from Calgary about Teslas and Broncos and all of this and da-da-da. And I'm really excited because I'm kind of getting more into it and I had a really good conversation with her and she was fantastic. This sparked kind of like a conversation that I wanted to have with you guys that I've been talking about for the past little bit. So I thought I would sit down and have a chit-chatteroonie with you. This is specifically the 10 questions that I think change your life every single year. This is something I call my Dream 10 life. I've talked about it briefly before. I've talked about it in depth on the podcast, but I thought, why not talk to you guys about it in today's video? It's fantastic. I love it so much. Most of you are probably not unfamiliar with the idea of manifestation and affirmations and positive thinking and vision boards and stuff like that. And especially during this time of the year, people get very like involved and very hyper focused on their goals and manifesting and their vision boards and like creating backgrounds for their phones or their computers or like having these like cool vision boards and stuff like that. And listen, I'm also one of those people. However, I recently, from 2019 until now, have done it in such a completely different way that has over and over and over again shown the things that I've manifested in my life. And I wanted to share it with you today because I just think it's so good and not a lot of people talk about it. What the heck is a Dream 10 life? Your Dream 10 life is essentially 10 sets of questions that get you very like hyper involved and nitty gritty about the person that you want to be. Question number 1, who is the dream version of you? What qualities do you possess? This is a question I love that is a great question to start off with. This is where I write about myself in the future. And so with my Dream 10 life, you might be kind of wondering like, how do you answer the question? Do you answer them in your present tense or whatever? I answer them in my ideal 1 year from now future tense. So who is the dream version of me 1 year from now? I write this all as if I was sitting down to reread this the next year. I write it all in future tense of the person that I want to be. And I will write like a paragraph. I don't really really like to do, you know, kind, funny, smart. That seems not very like attached to me. That seems very much like I'm just like listing things out. I kind of like to write it down like, dream version of me is a badass. She is very caring about her friends and she that kind of stuff. So that's how I encourage you to answer these questions. Question number 2, where do you live? What is your home like? Where do you hang out? This is a very interesting question that changes every year for me. I originally was manifesting living in LA, and then I was manifesting living in a home. Now I'm in this apartment, and I honestly don't really know what I will be writing down for myself this year. However, I do like to get so detailed in these. I guess first, I will look inside my own brain. I will literally think to myself, where do I live? Where do I want to live? What does it look like? Like, where do I like to hang out? And I will kind of get an idea. For me lately, I've been really toying with the idea of being bi-coastal, so I could write about that and be like, I have a property in Edmonton and also in LA. I bounce back and forth, This is what they look like. This is the areas that they're in, all of that. And so I get really specific with that. The next question, though, where do you hang out? I actually really enjoy this one too, because it almost sets me up, like I said, to kind of realize in the moment when I'm living my dream life. Like in my 2020 Dream 10 life, I was talking about being in LA and like going to these specific coffee shops and like going to this specific facial place, which is called Skin Gym. And Skin Gym is like a place where they do facial massage and workouts. And when I was in LA in October, I actually stayed in the hotel right next to Skin Gym. And I was sitting there and I was like, oh my God, this is a place where I hang out that I manifested from my Dream 10 life. And you might be like, okay, Carly, you just chose to go there. But it was a very like surreal moment to be like, wow, I'm in LA where I said I would be, in a place where I would be, and I'm on the track. Like this is like a benchmark or a green flag in my life that I'm on the way to being the version of myself that I want to be. Question 3 is, who do you love? What do your family and social lives look like? And who are your friends? This is a question that I constantly too am writing about in the terms of being in a relationship, because if you guys don't know, I've been single since 2019. So every single year I write about being in relationships and stuff like that. Obviously the timing is not currently right for me, but I still write about it because I still want to manifest that person into my life. So I still write about it. Other parts of the question are, what do your family and what do your social lives look like? So I write down about my relationship with my family as well as my social life, what that means in terms of what my social life looks like outside of my job in social media. Question number 4 is, what do you do for a living? What do your finances look like? This is the most interesting question for me always, because I'm gonna be real with you, every single year that I've written this question down, I have achieved my income goal as well as getting to that next level of being the influencer that I want to be. This question specifically, I get so insanely detailed, okay? I talk about how much money I want to make, where it's coming from, what are the averages that my rates are for certain things, how much am I contributing to my retirement, how much am I contributing to my tax-free account, how much am I investing, what is my return on investment, what are like the auxiliary companies that I'm starting, how much money did I put into this and how much money am I making now? I have always been the kind of person who is very much of the thinking that money comes easily. Always been the person that like, if you don't have money, you will eventually have more. And I think that that has put me in a position that allows me to have very good mindsets about money and also helps me to be able to scale my income. So this question, I go hard in, okay? And like I said, I just need to remind you guys that you write this in your future tense. So like, how much money do you want to make realistically? And then you write that down. You also have to remember this is in a year. So if you are not the person who has that type of flexible like jump of a job situation like I do, where I can quadruple my income versus like the work versus the reward, you can't write that stuff and be like, oh, I doubled my salary and then not do anything to double your salary. The goals that you write, they also need to be realistic, because this is in a 1-year timeline. This is not like a, eventually I'll have this, and like in 3 years, in 5 years, in 10 years I'll have this. It's literally in 1 year, what do I want my life to look like? Question number 5, what does your health and body look like? What are you doing to honor yourself? This is a really great question for me that changes every year. You guys know that body confidence, body positivity is the niche that I am in on social media. I feel very passionately about body positivity, body confidence, self-love, confidence in general, diversity, price parity, all of it. And this is a question that is actually kind of hard for me. I move my body in a meaningful way. You know, I do yoga, I walk, I do these things. However, I am starting to recognize that, for example, the food that I eat eat is unhealthy. We've been literally doing takeout every single day of Vlogmas. Maybe I'm not drinking enough water. And so I try to also hold myself accountable when I answer these questions and recognize like, hey, you can be body positive and you can be body confident and stuff like that, but you still gotta take care of yourself. So if that means not doing takeout, which I shouldn't be doing, or drinking more water or moving my body more, that's something that I need to pay attention to. So I write that down in this question because I really want to hold myself accountable and I want to be healthy and wealthy and rich and that bitch, you know, like young baby Tate said. Number 6 is what do you do to bring fun and joy into your life? This is a question like I kind of equate to when people ask me what my hobbies are outside of my job, and I'm like, I don't know. My job is so much fun and I really enjoy it and I basically do it like morning to night. I love it. What really do I do outside of it? I've really been trying to focus more on things that like don't have anything to do with social media. I have an easel in the corner of my kitchen that sometimes I'll paint, or I'll catch up on reality TV, or I'll go out for happy hours with my friends and stuff like that. And so this is a question where it becomes a little bit difficult for me to answer sometimes because my job I love so much that I just do it all the time that I don't necessarily have like a social life or like hobbies or anything like that, but I'm actively working on it. This is where I like to maybe kind of like convince myself I need to do more social and fun things like that are not social media things, that are like social with my friends things, so that when I get to the next stage after my Dream 10 life, I, you know, start to actually do them. Number 7 is where do you vacation? What adventures do you go on? This is a question that I also love and also is kind of hard to do for the past little bit, obviously with everything happening in the world. However, a question that I actually really enjoy. I've talked briefly about how much I love Arizona, how much I just like being there. I've gone on trips by myself and I just really enjoy it. So all right, you know, I love to vacation in Arizona. I stay at this place, like I do these things, I go to these places. I think that this is a question that if you were a big travel person, you could get so detailed in and you could really like manifest your dream trip, and then you're just more hyper aware of like, oh my god, this is such a good flight deal to like exactly where I want to go, or like, oh my god, this hotel in this exact place that I want to go is having this like incredible sale, and you're just, you know, more hyper aware of it. I don't know exactly what like the phenomenon is called, but there's like that whole notion of thinking like, oh my god, if you think of a yellow car, you will see more yellow cars. I kind of see it in that same way. If you think like, oh my god, my dream trip is to go to this place, you'll start seeing more things about this place, and they could be exactly aligned with your budget and your timeline and all of this, just because you're more hyper aware of it in your space. Number 8 is what goals are you working towards? What have you accomplished? This is a question that is so needed for me because I am personally the person checks things off the list and then I'm like, okay, what's next? My therapist talked to me about this recently, about how I don't really take the time to really celebrate. In this question, I really like to, you know, pat myself on the back, give myself my little flowers, all those things, because at the end of the day, I have accomplished a lot of things that I am really proud of, but maybe I didn't celebrate enough in the moment. So I really like to write that down, and I like this because it's like a present future question. So I write down all of the things I've already accomplished, and then I build off of them, and I ask myself, what else do I want to accomplish? What else do I want to do? And I don't really take this in like just the work sense. I literally sit with myself and I go, what do I want to accomplish? Is that launching a new company? Is that creating deeper friendships with my friends? Is that getting into like a university program? It's whatever I want to accomplish. It doesn't necessarily have to be something that's like as big as getting into university. It could be as small as, you know, creating a better friendship with like your family. It literally is a question that I love because it just like makes me very aware of what I have done and what I can continue to do. Question 9 is what are you doing to spread love and give back to the community? This is a question I also love because if you know me, you know that charity, gift giving, all of that is very much my love language. I really enjoy giving to other people, whether that be in the forms of gifts, monetary donations, anything like that. I really love to give my money away. Went to a high school that was very leadership focused, that was very charitable initiative driven, and that has really stuck with me. And I really enjoy being able to be that person for other people. So gift giving, charity, all of that is something that I truly enjoy, and this question brings me so much happiness because I can really map out how I can take the money and the wealth and everything that I've been blessed with and how I can improve the community that's raised me with it. And so I will write things like, I'm so happy that I was able to donate XYZ amount of money to this charity, or made this business donation and now I sit on this board and I da-da-da-da and I do these things. And like, this is a question that I love for that reason, because charity, giving, and tithing, being able to be that person for other people is truly such a pleasure for me and a joy, and I love it. Number 10 is, what beautiful things surround you? What fills your heart with gratitude? This is a similar question to what your accomplishments are, in the sense that sometimes I get too caught up in the what's next and I'm not exactly grateful for what I have right now. And that is something that I actively try to work on every single day. And this is why I love this question too, is what does fill my heart with gratitude? Things that fill my heart with gratitude are things like the friendships that I have, job that I have, or the people that I encounter, or the ability that I have to help change the world. I love that kind of stuff, and I really enjoy writing it down in this question. And then also, what beautiful things surround you? Is that being able to take 5 minutes in the sun? Is that a really good, really aligned home decor? Is that great comfy linens? What beautiful things surround you? It's not the same for all of us. And that's why I love these questions, is you really can tap into the person that you want to be. I told you this is like a multi-part thing, okay? Because it works so well and I want to tell you more about it. Once you are done your Dream 10 questions, you should have such a laser focused version of the person that you want to be. You should be able to read it and be like, oh my God, I can see that person in my head. I can see where I'm living, what I'm doing, what brings me joy, all of that. And it makes it really easy to then pop onto Pinterest and make a vision board. And so I can read through and I can find images that closely align, or if not perfectly align, with exactly what I'm seeing in my head. And I can take those images and I can put them on the vision board so that when I look at them, I don't have to like imagine them somehow different from what is inside my head, or not even have a clear picture of what that actually even looks like in my life, because I just went through the Dream 10 and I was so detailed and so aware of exactly what I wanted my life to look like that I can essentially take that image out of my brain, put it on my vision board, and then constantly be reminded of it when I look at it. That helps me to get very, very aligned with exactly what I'm seeing in my head and exactly what is in my reality. I wanted to sit down and I wanted to talk to you guys about this because I have been talking about it, and we're almost in like that time of the year where we're doing manifestations and vision boards, and I want you guys to be like the most successful, incredible, highest versions of yourselves that you can be. And I also want to be that too, and so this is like a good chat to sit down and remind me that I can be in that place, and so can you. That being said, I have a lot of work to do. It's almost 12. We will reconvene a little bit later because I probably just talked your ear off, and you don't want to hear from me for another, couple hours.
Y'all, respectfully, I'm about to open mouth kiss my therapist the next time I see that man. Tell me why. I am more organized this week than I have been, I guess this past week, since my last week of therapy, than I have been since I moved into this building. I literally took his 5-minute rule so seriously. I was talking to my best friend about this last night, and about how I've been able to just do things so much easier, have that like principle introduced into my life, and it's like I got over the hurdle. It's like just starting was the hardest part for me because I felt so overwhelmed and stressed and stuff like that. Tell me why. I just cleaned my office, which a lot of the boxes and stuff in there I haven't even touched since I moved in, and I also built one of the bookshelves. I built it off camera because honestly the previous part of this vlog is probably gonna be so long and I didn't want it to be like a 45-minute vlog for you guys. I have no energy to build the second one, so I will not be building the second one, but I'll probably do it tomorrow. But it looks so good in there. I vacuumed a little bit, I've organized some stuff. I have like a bunch of cardboard still to take out, garbage to take out, and stuff to kind of do then, but I'm not gonna do that until I'm done building the second one so I can take all the cardboard out together at the same time. And like one of the boxes, I'm so annoyed. One of the boxes that I moved, I forgot had stuff in it, and it's like a PR box, but it has all of that like confetti shredded paper in it, and it's just dumped over in my bedroom, which is so annoying. Hate that for me. But besides that, I feel really accomplished. The time, it's 6:30 basically. I feel great. I feel like I'm on a kick. Like I feel like, you know how people like wait until the first week of January to like start over again and be motivated? I feel like this is my first week of January. Like I feel like I'm really doing the damn thing. I guess we'll see what I get up to, but I just wanted to pop in and update you because it's been like hours. Hi bestie friends!
The time is currently 8 p.m. I was in the shower doing my skincare, all of that, and I was like, you know what? I need more Pharmacy Green Clean cleaning balm. Now, if you, actually I didn't put it in the video, I was gonna say, if you've seen one of the vlogs, I actually cut out this rant about how I swear to God I had a new one and I couldn't find it and I still can't find it, and I was in the shower and I was like, I literally am gonna run out by tomorrow, so what am I gonna do? Oh my God, I think my toenail just broke. Ow, ow. Anyway, I was like, what am I gonna do? Because I'm basically out. And I was like in the shower and it was 7 and I was like, okay, well, if I get out of the shower and Kingsway is still open, I will go. And so I got out of the shower and it was like, Kingsway closes at 8 p.m. And I was like, all right, bet. So I got in my car, went, picked up some things and just came home. I also picked up some Starbies. To end this vlog though, I thought I would do like a little Sephora haul with you, like a little mini Sephora haul of what I got. It's really not that many things, but they're things that I love, so I thought I would share. First up, we have what I came for, which is the Pharmacy Green Clean Melt Away Makeup Cleansing Balm. I love this stuff. It's so good. I use it literally. What I'll do is I'll use it on my face dry. Obviously, you're supposed to do that, and then I'll get in the shower, and then I'll use my face wash in the shower, which actually I'm also running out of, and happens to be the Pharmacy Whipped Greens Oil-Free Foaming Cleanser. I got this originally when I had eyelash extensions because it was oil-free, and I was like, oh, love that. And then I took my eyelash extensions off, and I love it still. I also got Clearly Clean, which says also Makeup Melt Away Cleansing Balm, and I don't know really the difference. Green Clean and this one. Oh, it's basically just fragrance free. This one does say it removes SPF. I assume the other one does too. The Clearly Clean is just fragrance free. The last thing I picked up were these eye patches. These are the Peter Thomas Roth Hyaluronic Cloud Hydrogel eye patches. I love these things. I actually was very influenced by Kyle Richards from The Housewives, who I swear to God all of the last season was just like wearing the jelly eye patches. And I was like, do I need jelly eye patches? So I bought them, and I bought these ones originally and I really, really like them. I didn't get any for like dark circles or like anything like that because that's not really something that I struggle with unless I'm like not drinking enough water or not like hydrating myself enough or doing anything like that. I'm a big hydration moisture type of person, so I love the hyaluronic under eye patch ones. With that being said, this takes us to the end of the vlog, baby. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. I know this was kind of like less action and more of like a sit down with some vlog stuff. So let me know if you liked that. Leave a comment down below. Leave a comment what you think about Dream 10. It literally is life-changing for me and I would love for it to be life-changing for you. Make sure to like the video, subscribe, turn on your post notifications, and I will see you tomorrow for Vlogmas Day 15. Bye!